All right, good afternoon and welcome everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to just get started by acknowledging that we are all gathered here today on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan people. My name is Mariah Van Zer, and I'm the Strategic Transportation Planning Manager with the City of Kelowna. And I am so honored to be here today to celebrate the opening of this latest phase of the Ethel-Casorso Active Transportation Corridor. And a special thank you to our speakers here today, Mayor Bazran, Honorable Minister Fleming, and Dr. Neil Facina with Okanagan College to help us celebrate this opening and acknowledge all the work that went into making this project a success. And I'm going to start by inviting Mayor Bazran up to the podium, to say a few words and thank yous.
Thank you very much, Mariah. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you again for joining us, and I too want to acknowledge we're gathered today on the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan people. So great to see everyone here, particularly the staff who helped make this possible. Thank you for this. And obviously we're thrilled to have Minister Fleming here. Dr. Facina, great to see you again. Really, it's just so fabulous to be out in this great weather to recognize and celebrate the completion of one of the active transportation projects funded through the province's active transportation grant program. Kelowna is grateful to have received $6.2 million from the province for active transportation infrastructure since 2004. That includes $1.3 million specifically for the Ethel-Casorso Active Transportation Corridor to help keep cycling an accessible and viable method of transportation for not only just residents, but the tourists that we know are already here or on the way in the coming weeks and months ahead. So the Ethel-Casorso Active Transportation Corridor will provide Kelowna residents, students, and visitors with a safe and comfortable way to ride between downtown, Pandosy Village, and points in between. Those in-between points include Okanagan College, of course, and Gyro Beach, with connections to the Okanagan Rail Trail and the Coston Active Transportation Corridor for those who want a bit of a longer ride. Ethel-Casorso, though, is unique in that it was designed to help new riders build their confidence before exploring the larger cycling network. The separated design gives cyclists, pedestrians, and motorists their own space and mimics the rules of the road cyclists use when separated facilities aren't available. The Ethel-Casorso ATC is comfortable for riders of all ages and abilities and supports a wide range of bicycles, scooters, which we see behind us, thus encouraging more people to shift to riding as a method of transportation. By supporting residents in their efforts to use active transportation more often, this network helps reduce congestion on our roads and reduce our environmental and greenhouse gas footprints while improving community health. Development of the Ethel-Casorso corridor has benefited from many helping hands, whom you're going to hear from, with more than $1.3 million in provincial grants over the last 10 years, including $500,000 specifically this year. So I want to acknowledge that support from Okanagan College and the Ministry of Transportation and Infrastructure to help us deliver a better project. Working together, we have improved access along this important corridor and great connections to other active transportation corridors in our city. And so with that, I'd now like to have Mariah back and invite our next guest up to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Bazran. Our next guest is Honorable Rob Fleming, who is the Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure and has joined us all the way from Victoria today. Minister Fleming is a leading advocate for public transit, affordable housing, and infrastructure that supports communities. Thank you so much for being here today with us, Minister Fleming.
Thank you so much, Mariah, and thank you, Your Worship, Mayor Bazran, and Neil, thank you for having us here at your beautiful campus, and it's a pleasure to be here in Kelowna for all the reasons that are normally associated with the lifestyle here, but I can go back to Victoria and say I found summer somewhere in British Columbia as well, so that is a pleasure. This is a fantastic facility here that is a sustained investment that has really built one of the best cycling networks in the province of British Columbia, one that people can be proud of, one that the City of Kelowna has had a vision for and has engaged partners like Okanagan College, like the school district, and the business community and others who have really seen the benefits of this. And it's about building towards a different future here. And you can see active transportation investments in communities right across British Columbia now that are taking shape, that are really transforming how we get around. We've talked about this for a long time, but the reality is a lot of people have been reluctant to look at cycling or pedestrian modes of travel to and from work, or going out to do banking or their shopping, or even just visiting friends, because more often than not they feel very uncomfortable on a shared roadway where they're really competing with the dominance of cars there. And with this kind of infrastructure, it's a real game changer. And of course, we've got new technologies like electric bikes, like these ones over here, that are introducing a whole new category and demographic of people who are willing to try it and enjoying it. And the sales are flying off the shop. I can't believe how many new electric bike shops I see right around the province of BC. And these are all encouraging things, because in the big picture, not only is it building healthier communities and promoting health in individuals and wellness, it's also reducing congestion, which is a problem in infrastructure that is built out. And it's tackling some of the biggest problems that I know this college, through all its various trades programs and different disciplines, are looking at, which is climate change. And we've just been through probably the most vicious reminder we could think of, and I know that Kelowna was cut off for a period of time with the Coquihalla Highway being down after the ferocious storms, climate-induced storms, last 6 months ago. And that's the kind of world we live in right now. And the solutions that we've been talking about for ages need to be built upon, and they need funding. And I'm very pleased that Budget 2022, which we just passed in the legislature, more than doubles the investments we make in cities like Kelowna on active transportation investments, just like the one that we're observing here today. So a $60 million investment over the next 3 years. When I became minister, it was about $9 million a year. This will be great for communities that have huge ambitions like Kelowna. I know you know how to write a grant here better than anybody else. And I look forward to coming back to see the next parts of the network that's been envisioned for many decades being built out, and attracting many more people who live in the beautiful region of Kelowna to be using those sorts of things. So we got to invest and get kids. We've got to stop helicopter parenting our kids and teach them how to use a bike safely. And we're doing that. We have a $14 million investment. I think we've got about 50,000 middle school age kids involved in bicycle safety programs right now. They're out riding bikes more than ever, like back when we were kids. And they're doing it to get to and from school safely. So we've got a lot of great momentum behind us. These kinds of projects, when people can see their success, breed more success. So I look forward to working with this community again and again and again to build more and more projects just like this. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Minister Fleming, for your support of biking and active transportation here in Kelowna. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Neil Facina. Dr. Facina is the president of Okanagan College. He joined the college in 2021 and was drawn to it for its reputation for transforming lives and communities. Dr. Facina holds a PhD in management from the University of Toronto and is actively involved in research on how education continues to shape societies. Thank you so much for being with us today, Dr. Facina.
Demnat and Cook's Gem, Maria, Wyatt, and hello to our distinguished guests, colleagues, and members of the media. We're incredibly thrilled at Okanagan College to be here with our government partners today, showcasing the active transportation corridor. I know how this pathway is a clear, visible example of how Okanagan College is directly connected to our broader community here in Kelowna. And it's exciting to see our students and our local residents alike as they walk, run, and ride through campus. Okanagan College's new strategic plan, which was launched earlier this year, inspires us to strengthen our role as a leader in sustainability and accessibility in all aspects of college life. The active transportation corridor is an example of that commitment. OC is an active participant and supporter of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which hold us accountable to meeting or exceeding expectations of sustainability in our physical spaces and energy usage. For the Okanagan College learning community, this is evident in our built environment, and for many years we have been a leader in the use of solar panels, passive lighting, and geothermal heating and cooling in several of our buildings throughout the Okanagan. We're committed to continuing to incorporate cutting-edge technologies such as these in our building projects and renovations at every opportunity going forward. Now that said, sustainable operations means more than just the buildings we live in. It comes down to our daily activities. Whether you ride a bike, walk, run, or use any mode of active transportation, you're reducing your greenhouse gas emissions, while gaining the personal benefit to your physical and your mental health at the same time. There's also the fact that it can save you money on gas and vehicle costs, which for so many of OC students is an incredibly critical aspect of their ability to attend an institution like this. And frankly, for all of us, it's important right now. So thank you, Minister Fleming. Thank you, Your Worship and Council, for investing in this initiative and connecting through Kelowna, the Okanagan College Kelowna campus. Your leadership in supporting our learning community to lead active and more healthy lives while contributing to the vitality of individuals and sustainability of Okanagan College. So Koksham, Lemlet, and thank you.
Thank you, Neil, and thank you to all of our speakers today. We are so appreciative of the collaboration between the ministry, the city, and Okanagan College that helped bring this project into reality. And we are so thankful for everyone here today whose hard work, our design teams, the construction team, and all the staff at Okanagan College that helped bring this project together. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. And so with that, we're going to wrap, and I'm going to invite our speakers to follow, I think, Kelly for a photo opportunity.